which I don't remember or know what the name was, but I'm calling it chicken curry. I think that's a pretty good name. I tell you something, you can't hardly lose with a speech on cooking with me. Especially when you start off talking about your little boy. Now, to me, that was the high point of the speech, although not to mention I love the idea of the chicken curry, but when you talk about your son, you talk with so much love and humor. And that's where your humor comes out. It's when your son says, delicious. I really liked that. And that leads to the organization of the speech, which starting and ending with that was brilliant because it really tied your speech together. You started off with your son just so anticipating your chicken curry and ended up with your son getting to eat some of that chicken curry. Originally I thought, you know, I think she would do better if she didn't read so much. And then I started listening to the list of spices, and I came to the realization that if you didn't write it down, which is really a good thing, by the way, is to write it down, you wouldn't have been able to keep all those speeches in your head. I mean, all those spices in your head, because there was just an awfully lot of spices. But writing it down is a really good first step, but you knew that material so well, you didn't really need to read it. You could have sat there with a big pot in front of you and just gone, and now I put in this much cumin, and now I put in this much coriander, and I love the description of the star anise, by the way. I just love that. Some people say anise, some people say anise. I'm not sure how it's really pronounced. But the opening was wonderful. As it closed into the closing, the organization was very good. It went, son, cook, son. It was wonderful. And I really liked it that you had the handout of the recipe. And if anyone has a copy of that they don't want, I would like to have that, or you can email it to me, it doesn't matter. That would be wonderful. The body flowed smoothly, the conclusion was effective, the transitions were great. I said, you don't really need to read your speech because you know your topic, and if you did not read it so much, you could achieve better eye contact. I could not believe how many spices you needed. I hope you do more speeches about cooking. I hope you bring more recipes. And the one thing I'm noticing is that you have emerging vocal variety and humor in your speeches. You didn't have that so much in your first speech, but there's been some tremendous growth here. And I think it's because of your son. Thank you.